Ron, for your second debut at Chelsea, could that have gone any better for you?
No. I'm very happy with the win. We played really well. We dominated. We could have scored more, but to be honest, coming here with this performance is good. We have to continue like that.
What about your own individual performance? How would you assess that?
Dominant, I would say. Dominant, but like I said, I try to improve every time. I have a long way to go, but today was good. It was good to win and to start well. And now we have to keep working. We have to keep working, keep building, keep getting stronger, because the Premier League is a very competitive league. But we're ready for the challenge, and hopefully we can improve from this.
Well, Gary Neville described your performance as the complete centre-forward performance.
Yeah, I try. But at the end of the day, you want to work hard for the team. You want to win. You want to score. You want to create chances. Something that I've learned, that I worked on really hard, and I keep working on it. Because this team is very, very talented. This team, they're the European champions. But obviously, they want to keep building. I want to continue winning. So, we have to keep fighting, keep working hard, and, keep delivering performances like this.
When we spoke in the week, you said, look, my time in Italy, my technique has improved, playing with my back to goal, bring other people in. Did we see all of that today?
I think you saw a part. You saw a lot, But not only for me, I think the team adapted really well. I asked a lot of questions to the players, and they helped me a lot. They made life very comfortable for me. So I wasn't stressed when I came into the game. I was very focused. And there was one thing on my mind, just win the game. And we did today. I'm very delighted for the club, for the fans. And, let's keep building.
You look like you couldn't quite believe that your header hadn't gone in for the second.
No, but, there are good goalkeepers in this league. And, that was a great save. I think the cross from Mason was brilliant. The header was good. But the save was also really good. So, in general, for the neutral supporter, it was a great action. But I was mad that I didn't score. Again,
when we spoke in the week, you seemed so comfortable, almost serene. You said, look, it's not about one day, it's about settling in. But having said all of that, what does this give you as a start?
It's good. It's good to start like this, I worked hard throughout the week. The team worked hard throughout the week. We knew it was a big game for us. Everybody was watching us. And we did well, As an individual, I tried to help the team. I said that I wanted to add something different to the team. Hopefully I did, and I want to continue doing that to help the team win. That's the most important thing.
Terrific stuff, Rob. Great start. Well done.
Thank you.
Just how comprehensive a victory was that for Chelsea?
What is comprehensive?
Totally in control.
Maybe I didn't feel us in. I had the feeling in first half we lack a bit of sharpness and of activity. We got in some moments a bit passive. I think we had a long training week and we trained very, very hard, double sessions. So I had the feeling we were a bit laggy. Second half, we overcame some minutes in the beginning, and then we controlled it very, very good. Created some chances. I think we deserved to win, but still room to improve.
If you weren't completely satisfied with the performance, what would you say about the second debut of Romelu Lukaku?
The debut?
Second debut.
Well, I'm very happy with the way he has integrated already. He's a very smart guy, and he likes to be in the group, and he's a very democratic leader. So talks to everybody, is very friendly, very humble, and totally competitive. Yeah, he gives something to our game that we did not have so much, like to protect balls, to play very direct up front into the last line. Okay, you cannot start better than with a goal. He almost scored a second one here. It was a big save from Bernd Leno, and he assisted some half chances. So it's good start, and we have to improve from here.
You said before the game it's your first time coaching him. Was that, it's only one game, of course, but was that what you expected? The way he held it up and the way he brought other people into play?
Yeah, but I didn't expect too much. I wanted to be open to watch him and to see his strengths and his capability to adapt and to link up between Kai and Mason and him. And this is what he did very, very good. The guys like to play with each other, and from now on we can go into details. It's good.
Do you feel also that you managed the game well, particularly in the second half?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know if it's possible to manage games in Premier League, but Like I said, I felt us a bit like with heavy legs in the first half, and in some moments it was a bit too open. If you lead 2-0 in a situation like this at Arsenal, the opponent has nothing to lose, so they created also some overloads on each side, so we had to overcome also some difficult minutes, but we were in control also defensively and did a good team effort. Yeah, and after that we had better and better control of the ball, could create some good chances, but I'm never sure in Premier League, if you don't score a third one or a fourth one, you can never be sure.
There was one worrying moment for Reece James. What did the medical team say to you in terms of how he was? What was the protocol? Was he knocked unconscious? What can you tell us?
No, not at all. He was not at all unconscious. He was just worried that he lost a tooth or broke a tooth, and that's why he was like a bit shocked, but nothing else.
Good to hear.
Yes.
What does this victory give you on the back of last week in terms of a start to the season?
Yeah, well, it's a perfect start. We didn't concede a goal, and we have two victories. It's a London derby. It gives us a lot of genuine confidence. So it's what you need as a team, because we're a different group. Some players left, some new players came in. So this is what you need. This experiences together, good victories, moments where you suffer, where you work hard together. This is how our group is built, and that's why we are absolutely happy with the start. But like I said, often enough, it was a unique preparation. We're still in the process, and we have to keep on going.
Next up, of course, on Saturday, the battle of the two German managers, Thomas Tuchel and Jurgen Klopp. Chelsea go to Liverpool, who've also started with 2 wins and 2 clean sheets. But he's a hard taskmaster. He wasn't totally satisfied there, Mike.
You often see managers, when they just get over the line and win 3 points, they're often very complimentary of their team. But when they win and they're in control, and like what we thought they were today, then they can go in. It's almost reverse psychology. And have a little go at the players, as if to say that you know, our levels are even higher than that. And it almost plants a seed in your mind that, wow, if the manager thinks we can beat Arsenal even more comfortably than that, it almost just plants a seed and raises your levels, let's say. But those levels are going to be needed to be raised for their game next week, as you just mentioned. What a cracker we have in store there.
Are you impressed with what he's done since he came in? I mean, let's be honest, he flew into Heathrow, he had one training session and took charge of Chelsea the next day.
Yeah, they're methodical, and he's brought those group of players, Reece said it, you know, he brought those group of players together. And I know what he's talking about, Michael. I don't think he's using psychology here. I think if they were more on it, Chelsea, they could have easily gone 3, 4, 5, you know what I mean? If they were more efficient. I think they took the foot off their pedal a little bit and just kept the ball. You know, for me, I think that's what he's striving them to do better, to actually take these teams to expect a higher level. And I think he's a great coach. And he's, like I say, very methodical, and he's got a great system of play, and they're all bought into it at the moment. So, yeah, it's looking good thing. So that's the side of West London, huh?
Let's, you took a close eye on Romelu Lukaku, his latest recruit, the club record signing. Overall, apart from that goal going in the second half, could it have gone any better for him, really?
I'd say not. I mean, a winning start. This is the type of play that we're accustomed to, I suppose, over the recent years, watching him. Really interesting to see and hear his interview before the game, talking about how he's developed this side of the game, his hold-up play, how he didn't used to enjoy it, rather like me. The only thing is, I continue to not enjoy it, whereas he looks as if he's enjoying it now, because it's bringing him and his team more goals. The way he rolls players, the way he holds it up, you know, he pins players like this. It just opens up all new horizons when you got a player like that. If you're ever in trouble, you can just chip the ball into him, and he's all of a sudden favourite for it because of his strength and pace. And he's obviously developed his skill as well over the years, his touch, his finishing ability. Look at that. I mean, just don't mess with him. Don't wrestle with him. I don't know what Arsenal are thinking of. Keep him at arm's distance. As Tony said, try to nick in front of him, maybe mark to the side of him. Do anything but stand behind him and wrestle, because that's exactly what he wants. And this is a great effort as well. What a save. I mean, that's save of the season, I'd say, so far.
And central defenders up and down the country will be watching those clips and thinking they've got a different type of challenge when they face Chelsea this season.
And you've got to be clever. And we weren't clever today. You know, we sat behind him and tried to wrestle him. And like Michael said, you know, the guy's awesome. He's strong. He's a strong guy, you know, and you don't play him at that game. You get him thinking. You jump in front of him. You play him offside. I think Jim Beglin in the commentary said, you know, the old back four, we would have got him. We would have been thinking about going the other way. You know, every time he run in behind me, I would have played him offside. And then I made sure that I got someone protecting me so the ball couldn't get to his feet. So you got, I think they did it once. I think Granit actually got the ball and shielded him once. But that's, you're playing against, we knew that, Arsenal, we knew that before the game. We knew Lukaku was the man that they're going to put and focus on. Why have you not put someone in and say, your game today, Xhaka, is screening Mari. OK, we're going to just we'll just keep you in front, stop the ball being delivered. Even if it gets to him, don't wrestle him, just keep it, make him play it backwards, stay tight, stay secure, keep a clean sheet. It didn't work out that way.
For Romelu Lukaku, now we're going to reunite the famous Arsenal centre-back partnership live on television of Tony Adams here. I'm delighted to say Martin Keown is waiting to talk to us live at the Emirates Stadium. Good to see you, Martin. And Tony's looking forward to speaking to you as well. Now, before we get into your former club and what happened today, a quick word on Romelu Lukaku. The improvement in him, you would have faced a battle yourself playing against him today.
I would have hoped to have had better protection in front of me from Petit and Vieira, but no, you can see almost the prodigal son returns. He's really well equipped now, mature, holds on to that ball much better and recycles it wide. And then when he comes into the box, he's so powerful. You really can't afford to get too tight to him. You can't let him feel you. And the Arsenal central defenders allowed that throughout the whole of the 90 minutes today. OK, let's get into it then with your former club. We're 2 games in. From what you saw in your vantage point today, put that into words. Arsenal's performance, effort levels. Well, I have to take credit. They have to give credit to Chelsea and the system that they play, and they're well oiled in terms of the way that they play. And I thought today, Arsenal were trying to press Chelsea in a high position, and Tierney was getting pulled and dragged all over the place at times. And football's a numbers game. And if you look at Chelsea, it's so beautifully the way that they do it. They defend with a back 3 and they pull their wing backs through as a 5 and then 2 in front. So they have 7 defenders. But when Arsenal concede their first goal, there's only 4 Arsenal shirts in vision. And when they go and attack, they're open, wide open for the counter-attack. They had good possession of the ball today, Chelsea. They used it extremely well. And I just felt Arsenal was so naive. And I'm not sure if Tierney, I mean, we had Nigel Winterburn for large periods. Nigel would just sit there and you'd sit as a 4 and then you'd have a screen in front. And those distances are really important. They weren't right today. And it just seemed that the messages to the players, you could see on their faces, their arms in the air. They weren't sure of the messages from the manager. And I just feel now it's back to the drawing board a little bit. And just look at Tuchel when he took over at Chelsea. It was a jigsaw puzzle. And he decided to play with a back 3 because he wasn't really certain. They weren't secure defensively. And I think it's time for Arsenal to do that now as well. Because the back 4 is not strong enough to keep a clean sheet long enough to just feel now it's back to the drawing board a little bit. And just look at Tuchel when he took over at Chelsea. It was a jigsaw puzzle. And he decided to play with a back 3 because he wasn't really certain. They weren't secure defensively. And I think it's time for Arsenal to do that now as well. Because the back 4 is not strong enough to keep a clean sheet long enough to create anything. And in the final third, today it was extremely disappointing. Aubameyang looked sharp when he came on, but he maybe needs to start games now. COVID's played a part in the start of this, but this is a terrible start to Arsenal. Man City coming up next, and I can feel the pressure building in the stadium. The fans are getting tetchy, a bit angry, a lot of people leaving early. He's got to turn this round quickly.
And Tony, on the defensive points Martin was making there, you've had a closer look. You saw very similar methods today. Yeah.
Absolutely. Hi, mate. How you doing?
Very well, Tone.
Good. You've been saying everything that I've been saying in the studio, to be honest with you, mate. And, you know, you made the point about Nigel and, you know, just the left back sitting in and Tierney not really understanding when to go, when to sit in, and the protection in front of them. You made that point as well with the midfield players. You know, when you've got that system and Warner was coming in with Havertz, you know, you leaving Reece James, the wide guy, so free.
Yep.
You know, it's just so... What do you think of White, by the way?
Well, yeah, I think he's decent in possession. I'm not sure defending is his top of his list. But this is, again, look at Tierney getting dragged to the ball. Just stay out wide. Every time they switched it, we were in a 2v1 situation in wide positions. And that this manager now has to really think hard about what can he deliver, what's the best system for this group of players. I think it was a system failure today that's cost Arsenal in this match.
Yeah, I said at half-time, Martin, maybe Maitland-Niles went in at left-back and pushed Tierney on because, Tierney's fantastic going that way, but he's not actually... We need someone just to sit in there and cover that space. And I want to get back to Lukaku. I'm sorry, Martin, talking about these fullbacks. Come on, what would we have done with him today? You would have probably you would have gone really and tried to fight him. I know, talking about that kind of not fighting him, mate, you'd be all over him. You would have gone, let me at him. And I would be going, no, actually, don't fight him, Martin. Don't play him cool.
You'd have been trying to keep me calm. But what I would have done is, occasionally, you've got to give him a big hit occasionally, but you don't do it from a couple of feet away where he can feel you. You're coming sort of 10 feet into a challenge and he thinks, Christ, what's just hit me? Let him think about things. And occasionally when he's trying to back into you, say, no, do you know what? Let's push forward, Tony, 10 yards. And he's got to sort out a new picture. It was too comfortable. He was dictating too much to that Arsenal defence today. Now, these are all little things that we knew well because we were well versed. Well, George Graham would work for hours, wasn't it? It was about just shuffling across, not overcommitting. But at times, it was about territory and where we're standing on the pitch. And we didn't really want our midfield too far away from us. The more work they did, the less work we did. It was almost like having a screen there, blocking passes in. You've got to use those players to the best of your ability in front of you to make you look good and you look strong. But the team then benefits from that. And at the moment, we've lost a little bit there, Tony. So I think we should go to a 5. It's an easy thing to say. We're not on the training pitch. I know I sympathise with the managing, but still there's enough in that group to have done better than they did today. Chelsea have got other gears to go into. They were purring around that pitch today. They never really were tested. I think they just did enough in the second half, and there's a massive gap now between the two clubs.
Martin, sorry, Tony. Stay right there. We'll continue this fascinating conversation in a moment. But first, the thoughts of Mikel Arteta.
Mikel, I'm sure there's much in the detail, but it's the simple truth. Chelsea were just too good for you today.
I think so. When they play at their best, which I think they did today, that's why they are the champions of the Champions League, because when they have everybody on the pitch, they have world-class players, world-class organisation, and they demand so much during 90 minutes to try to match up that level. At the moment is difficult.
That said, could you have done better?
You can always do things better in a football match. Certainly when you lose the match, you will find things that we should have done in a different way. In the first half, we had some difficulties. It took us a long time to regain the ball in right areas. When we did it and we looked a threat, we didn't finish enough actions with the quality that we need to concede the goals. But to be fair, the way the team responded, the crowds really helped because they never gave up. Give us some hope in the second half, but we needed a goal and we didn't score it.
Lukaku at times was today unplayable, but should you have done better with either getting bodies around him or stopping the ball coming into him? Or was he just, again, too good for you? You
can do it in different ways. You can do it having an extra man in the first phase or the build-up, or going man-to-man with them. And they have the capacity to read those situations either way. If not, they play the ball to Lukaku at the moment. That's why they've done it. And after that, it becomes a really open situation. So, you have to measure the risk when you do that.
You say you need the crowd, booed off at half-time and booed off at the end. Just how difficult a situation?
I see a lot of positive things with the crowd and the team today.
Really?
Yes, I did, yeah.
What were they?
The way they supported the team right from the beginning. At the end, I didn't see any bad reaction with any of the players. When players were getting soft, I see a good reaction, but it's my opinion.
Just how difficult a moment is this for you and the squad?
One of the difficult moments that you have to go in your playing career, in your managerial career, because the circumstances are really difficult and probably unprecedented, and you have to face them. Again, feeling sorry for yourself doesn't help. You have to face the challenge, face the criticism. It's going to come. We are Arsenal Football Club. You have to win every football match and keep the togetherness, the spirit that the team showed in the second half, either losing 2-0 and knowing that it's really difficult in this moment to beat a team like them, but never give up.
In the short term, what have you got to do? Obviously, your next league opponent is Manchester City. What have you got to try and do to keep the team together and to get results improving?
First, keep the team together. Start tomorrow. Start to train with the players that didn't play. We have a game in midweek, and focus on that one, win that one, and that will help us to prepare the game against Manchester City.
The owners have shown great faith in you in the transfer window. How confident are you when you've got the players you've bought available and also those back from COVID, that we will see a different
It
Arsenal?
will be a completely different team. The team that we are seeing here with the possible team that we have, it will be a completely different team, Jeff.
You said to us before the game you wanted to see full tank energy. Did you get everything you were looking for, what you expected today?
In terms of that, yes. In terms of the quality shown between the two teams, obviously it was a difference.
Thanks for your time, Mikel.
Thank you.